Hello everybody and welcome to the 2025 edition of the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations. We are at Ironman Raceway here, Crawfordsville, Indiana. My name's Paul Malin. Jason Thomas from Fly Racing is alongside me. This is going to be live all over the world on MXGP TV, Facebook, YouTube, Racer TV platforms, and we are so excited to be bringing you Monster Energy Motocross of Nations 78 right here to Indiana. Well, as you can see, we have an absolutely packed auditorium. The streets are full. We've just had a brief introduction to the Monster Energy Stunt guys, and I hope you're having a fantastic time out there on the streets. But Jason Thomas, here we are, another Motocross of Nations, this one in the USA. It's shaping up already to be absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Well, this is such a unique atmosphere as well. We're so used to having this parade at the racetrack, and there's a lot of, just kind of pageantry on the starting line. To have it downtown Crawfordsville, I think we've taken this to a completely new level, and good luck to next year in France trying to match this energy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think the streets in Ernea are that wide to start with. But in a moment, we will be kicking off the parade, and there is a lot to look forward to as well. But before we go anywhere, let's maybe just go down to our girl in the crowd. She's just over our shoulder. Lisa Leyland, there you are, just perched on your little pedestal there.
I'm on a pedestal, yeah.
It's been absolutely insane in the moment, hasn't it? I mean, just looking behind you, the streets are clear. But about 20 minutes ago, it was the usual Motocross of Nations chaos with chainsaws and fans just happy to be here.
Paul and Jason, we've had our fair share of Motocross of Nations, but I've never seen anything quite like this before. I mean, the Motocross of Nations is a massive event for the sport of motocross, but for the town of Crawfordsville, it's absolutely huge. They've been planning this for well over a year, and they're actually used to loads of crowds being at the Ironman Raceway, but this weekend is going to be 4 times the size of what they're actually used to. And honestly, the atmosphere is building. Hopefully I can hear you. Hopefully I can hear everyone I'm interviewing. But it's absolutely crazy, which is a good indication of what this weekend is actually going to be like.
Well, we're going to be tapping in with you over the course of the evening with those interviews with riders from all different nations and things like that. But Jason and I, we have the privilege of the live drone image right here on screen, and it's literally wall-to-wall fans all over this place here in Crawfordsville, and it's just about to go off. In a moment, we will kick things off with more Monster Energy Stunt performances, I believe. And then there's going to be a mixture of all kinds of things. We've got a bit of pomp and ceremony. We're going to have veterans. We're going to have ex-riders and all kinds of things like that. Jason, as you said a moment ago, we haven't seen anything like this at any Motocross of Nations in the past. So we are setting a new precedent here, aren't we, once again?
We are, and I remember a year ago, we were in Matterley Basin and, your home country, the UK there, and they were talking, and Tim Cotter, the MX Sports crew, were talking about the plans, the mayor of Crawfordsville there, all these plans for how this was going to be executed, and I think everybody's kind of looking around going, that sounds like a lot to pull off, a lot to execute, and we're here, and it's happening. This is, I think they're it's Motoville USA is what they're calling this, and it absolutely feels like that. If you're not here yet, get here, drive overnight, do whatever you have to do, because this is a scene to behold.
And even with the practice starts that we had at the circuit earlier on today, 2 o'clock, with the teams and the riders, the fans that were trackside then, it seemed like it was the busiest practice start sessions that we had, and it was only a 20-minute session for MXGP riders, then the MX2, and then the open class riders, but it was very, very busy down there, and I think it's just given us an indication. Well, if that didn't, this certainly did what was happening on the streets behind us a few moments ago.
Well, 100%. I've been talking to so many people here that are veterans of this event, and everyone to a person was with me and saying this is the most enthusiastic, the most well-attended Friday of a Motocross of Nations that they had ever seen. Now, we have great weather. That's been a challenge for the last 2 events here at Redbud in 18 and 22, so maybe that's a part of it, but it really feels like we are set up to have an all-time event this weekend.
Yeah, well, just according to our live rundown here, we should be seeing the Monster Energy Stunt riders perform again just on the streets for those who missed it on our live broadcast, and that should pretty much open up everything, because we'll have American Legion, some war veterans walking down the streets here, or maybe on the pickup trucks, I'm not sure. We'll have something with the Monster Energy girls. We'll have Jeff Ward, who is acting as the Grand Marshal this weekend. And for those who don't know, because I notice it's something that happens at the outdoor races, every round that you have, whether it's here in Ironman or in Redbud, Budds Creek, there's always a Grand Marshal nominated. What is that exactly, and what is their job? What does their role entail?
Well, it's really something that I believe came over from car racing. And it's really just an honorary member that they bring in that he's kind of just identifies with that particular event. And it's a huge honor. We really have seen that really take hold in pro motocross races. And I think this is just the next iteration of it. And when you talk about someone that oozes this event, Jeff Ward's track record of the Motocross of Nations is unrivaled. He was so good at this event. It feels like the perfect choice.
Well, he was 7 for 7.
Yeah, hard to beat that.
Yeah, and he ties with a guy called Jeff Smith, who was a British racer. So when he was riding through the 60s and 70s, he also made that mark to 7. But for Wardy to do it 7 straight off the bat was pretty impressive. Not matched since. We've had some 6-time winners, 5-time winners, and plenty of 4s and 3s. But it would be great to see Wardy here this weekend. I mean, just looking over our shoulder, we can see Ricky Carmichael, Jeff Emig, Jeff Stanton, just as some of the riders that have performed for the Motocross of Nations Team USA team and have won, stood on the podium. In terms of as we look here now at the Monster Energy Stunt show, we just had a snippet of this, didn't we, a few moments ago? It was loud, they were proud, it definitely got the fans' attention out there. But as an American, Jason Thomas, with this event being held here on home soil, how big a deal is it? And that's one thing, as riders and teams, you know, being here, wanting to represent, and we will talk about Team USA when we get to see them in the parade later on. But also the people here in Crawfordsville, you know, a small town, million miles, sort of Midwest,
yep.
And I don't think they've seen anything like this. So just try and encapsulate that in a nutshell if you can.
Well, this is Americana, and you also have to think of the size of the events that also happen here. We have our Grand National Cross Country Series, and this is the largest event of those at Ironman. So this area is used to off-road racing events. Maybe not of this size, but they're no strangers to this sport around here. And I think ever since word broke that they were coming to Ironman in 2025, people have been planning for this, and this is really the coming together of a lot of people. The MX Sports side, the in-front side, everybody is here to make this a weekend that no one will forget.
Well, as we say, the streets are busy at the moment, and the Monster Energy Stunt performers doing their thing. Don't have a list of names there, but on street bikes, basically, and they've been tearing up the strip here with, as you can see, the donuts and the black rubber down there on the street from our camera position. But, yeah, something very, very unique and, unrivaled, I think, at any other Motocross of Nations. We've had, I remember, what was it, 1990, my First Nations in Vimmerby, Sweden, and Team USA that day, I think, was Jeff Stanton. I want to say Jeff Ward, and I want to say Damon Bradshaw.
Okay.
And so we started in the town from a holding area, and we rode through the streets, all geared up, you know, in our teams.
Obviously, burnouts or no?
We weren't allowed. we had to be on good behavior, but we've had various different, sort of welcomes and presentations. But this one here,
wow.
This one, I mean, we've not even started yet, and it's already starting to happen.
It's one of those things where I think the aspirations, which were grand, I think have lived up to the billing. And when I heard that we were moving it downtown from the racetrack, which we're so used to, I was like, how are we going to get the fans down here? How is it going to be attended? And whether it was the planning of the shuttles, but everyone has turned out, which is fantastic to see. I really think it's just an indicator of what we're about to see on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, talking to some of the management people behind the scenes here, our floor managers, floor staff, they were saying that there was a lot of information that did go out in the race programs, online, when they were at the ticket stalls, and just in and around the circuit. Don't forget the parade is going to be happening in town and things like that. Obviously, I mean, these guys, how far down the street are they there? Because a moment ago, I mean, there's Ryan Villapoto walking.
Well, those are the unknown industries guys. Those are British guys, by the way. Those are your countrymen on Monster Energy stunt riders there. So just give you a little context there, Paul, for our stunt team.
So we've got Ryan Villapoto walking down the street a moment ago, and just wonder how many of those past legends are going to be doing that. But we're really starting to hear the atmosphere now coming through our headsets here. Hope you're able to pick that up at home as well. But, great to see RV here, Ryan Villapoto, now a Yamaha ambassador. They got the Blue Crew championship races here this weekend. We've had it in Europe in the past, from Assen to Ernée to Matterley Basin last year, Mantova. But it's the first time that Blue Crew, 65, 85, 125, one race only deal, happens on the US soil. There'll be a whole load of Americans, maybe some Canadians coming down. There's certainly some coming over from Europe as well. But the winner of that, if it's the same as it is in Europe, the top 3 plus 2 wildcards go to a master class, and then obviously from that they get determined as to whether they get Yamaha support for the following season. And that's fantastic to see those kids perform on this stage in front of what is going to be a worldwide audience.
Yeah, it's a really cool event. And if you look at whether it's the EMX series in MXGP or it's some of the SMX Next things that have been happening in America, this Yamaha program is another sign of the steps that are being taken to cultivate the next generation of talent. And you can see that showing up. But I did want to mention, you saw Ryan Villapoto there. There was a point Saturday night in Las Vegas for the SMX World Championship finale. We may have needed RV.
Yeah.
We may have needed him to suit up here. That's the way Team USA has been for the last 2 weeks.
As we follow the Monster Energy stunt performance here, I'm just looking at the corner of my eye, and I've got the Evel Knievel's with the original blue helmet from the the 6 days of what the Americans used to wear, that blue and the V helmets, and definitely getting into the spirit of things here. But there's your riders. Look, your eyesight's probably better than mine from here. But yeah,
right, just get an idea of how many people are here.
So as we watch then the back end of this Monster Energy street performance, I'm just going to look over my shoulder and I see Lisa Leyland is down there on standby, getting ready to talk to Ryan Villapoto, of course, who doesn't remember, you know, and you cannot forget what he did at Budds Creek in 2007 when he went 1-1 on a 250. The first rider to do that on a 250 against the 450s, never been done since. Lisa and Ryan, welcome to our presentation here, our Nucor riders presentation. Take it away, Lisa.
This is much more than a presentation, I have to say, Paul, but I'm with Ryan Villapoto, no stranger to Motocross of Nations. Ryan, you've seen your fair share of Nations events, but this is something special, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's awesome to have it back in the States, here on home soil. I've been a part of Motocross of Nations for many, many years as a racer, but also now as a spectator. To have it here in Crawfordsville at Ironman, man, it's really special, and to be able to put a parade on like this for all the fans, it's really, really special.
It's not just a special event for us in motocross, but also for the town of Crawfordsville. Obviously, being American, having the Motocross of Nations here, what can Team USA do this weekend?
Man, I think we have a very good shot, but man, there's a lot of tough teams. There's always a lot of tough teams in Motocross of Nations, and it doesn't matter what team you're on, it takes a little bit of luck every year, so hopefully that luck's on our side.
Best of luck to the team, and great to see you again, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah, great to see Ryan Villapoto here, and good job down there, Lisa. And we'll have plenty more interviews coming up throughout the rest of the afternoon, throughout the rest of this evening, where a lot of the shops have been shut down. The schools, I think, they had the time off this afternoon, so they are really supporting it. And an event like this, Jason Thomas, can't happen without local police, local security, mayors, mayoresses, ambassadors, other dignitaries in high places, of course the medical teams, you name it, and local support, even from Nucor and things like that. So yeah. It's a massive undertaking, and I think when you see the amount of people on the street now, you really get to see behind the scenes. And even you've been busy today, rushed off your feet, and people don't see or even, I don't know, understand how this race can take over your life for just this one weekend.
There's a lot of moving parts,
yeah.
Right? And to make an event like this go, I can't imagine, the people that are really executing behind the scenes, how much time they put in to do something like this. So I'm just happy to see it be so successful this early, this kind of turnout. I think it just makes good on all of the planning and the promises that they had made for the last year.
What a fantastic scene that is there. I mean, that's only a fraction of this, because they're coming out another block away from here, down the back section, and then they're turning left onto this, and then left just in front. There's our stage there, just the white tent in the background. So left again, down the street that has been closed, past the banks and all of that. But it's been absolutely sensational so far. But I'm just wondering when we're going to start with the American Legion and the Monster Girls, when we get to see Jeff Ward and people like that. But, I mean, the history of this event, JT, going back to 1947, the first ever one was at Wassenaar in the Netherlands.
Were you there at the 47
I wasn't quite. Maybe a couple of years later.
All right.
I was there. But in terms of, podiums and things like that, only 11 nations have won this event since 1947. Only 14 teams have made it onto the podium, which is pretty staggering considering we're now at MXon 78. 11 winners, 14 podium finishes. And obviously the Americans did their fair share of winning and podiums and all that.
Well, I'm looking out at the talent that's on this stage with us, Jeff Emig and Ricky Carmichael and Jeff Stanton. Like, we could probably put a team together on this stage. Listen, you won in 94.
Yeah.
Like, we can make it happen this weekend, Paul. We come in as a wild card. Maybe we don't get the best of starts. Maybe we're a little get a little tired wait, but we could show some people something.
Well, the Crawfordsville American Legion now walking through the town here. Of course, they are Army vets. And I noticed when I drove out of the town here, or drove into the town from where we're staying just a few minutes away, they've got a bit of a veterans club on the right-hand side. There's some war memorabilia and things like that, you know what I mean? So it seems like that veteran theme runs very, very highly through this team. And if America does one thing and does it well, is recognizes the important roles of the veterans, whether it's from air, from land, from sea, or elsewhere, and they really support them. So great to have them here this weekend. So just a quick word on them.
Yeah, it's very much what you would see in small town America, right? The cities I grew up in, city like Crawfordsville, there's always these chapters of veterans that really stick together, and their community shows support to them long after their time of service has passed. So it's awesome to see them recognized here in the parade, and it's really just a kind of what this race is all about.
And even in AMA and Supercross, you get like military appreciation weekend as well. When is that? Where does that normally happen?
Yeah, so we typically will choose one of the pro motocross races. The last couple of years, it's been the Washougal National. One of the Monster Energy Supercross rounds will be chosen as well. But it's just our opportunity to show appreciation to the service and the sacrifice that our military services provide. It's the least we can do is to celebrate them. The teams do such a great job, custom graphics, custom gear, and really lean into all of the appreciation.
Was that Jeff Ward on the trick-looking car there a moment ago behind the Monster Energy girls? Because if that is, then he is the Grand Marshal.
There he is.
And there is the man himself, the GOAT of the Motocross of Nations, Jeff Ward. 7 starts, 7 wins. Doesn't get any bigger or better than that. He's definitely served his time as a rider for Team USA. And he's here as a keen spectator, as we all are, to see how this one turns out. But just a few words on Jeff Ward, because his place is definitely cemented in history.
I mean, he has to be considered one of the toughest racers to ever do it. You think about grit, you think about mental fortitude. That guy was willing to do whatever it took all the time to win. And I think he was simply cut from a different cloth. And I would put Ricky Johnson, I would put Jeff Stanton. Those guys are old school in all of the best ways and how they went about their racing. And honestly, the results played out to kind of show that.
Well, in a moment, as you can see, he's going to be getting out of that vehicle and climbing the steps to grab a word with Lisa Leyland. And when we are done talking with Jeff Ward, we're also going to talk to Ricky Carmichael and Jeff Stanton as well. And, yeah, 2 more fantastic giants of the sport and that have deserved and earned their place in the Motocross of Nations history. But we'll just give him a few more minutes just to get out of the... actually, is he going to do the drive-through interview here, or is he going to get off the back of the car? I think he's going to get off the back, isn't he? Yeah, so we are going to get him up onto the pedestal with Miss Leyland. And we will hear what Jeff Ward has to say in just a few moments time. But Lisa Leyland and Jeff Ward. Jeff, a very warm welcome to Crawfordsville and Ironman Raceway. How are you feeling? Lisa Leyland, over to you.
Jeff Ward, you're a 7-time nation winner yourself, actually one of the most successful riders at this event. How cool is it to have the nations back here in the USA, and how big is this event in the sport of motocross?
To me, it was probably one of the biggest events I did in my career. The most nervous a rider gets, because not only for yourself, it's the team and your country. So for the riders that all participate in this, it's very nerve-wracking, but I was fortunate to be on 7 teams and won all 7 times, so I never got that feeling of not winning. So you don't want to be that. So yeah, it's extremely happy to be here and honored to be here at the parade.
Jeff, out of your 7 wins, which one was the most memorable for you?
Oh, that's hard. All of them were great, but anytime I rode the 500, it was always great. In Germany, I had good races there, but it was mainly the feeling of winning, because back then we weren't supposed to win. We were just trying to keep a streak going, and so it was, all of them were really special, but probably the one in Unadilla, because that was the first one in the United States that they'd ever had. And then we went there and won it, so with Bob Hanna and Ricky Johnson, who's here. Ricky's here too, so yeah, that was really cool.
Didn't you meet the president at one point as well, or have I just made that up?
No, we went to the White House and met President Reagan with everybody, so that was kind of surreal as well to get that honor to do that. So yeah, so this is a big event, and it's really cool to see this parade here in the town, and super excited to be here, and hopefully the team can pull it off.
Have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for chatting to us. Jeff Ward there.
Yeah, good to see you, Jeff. And in a moment we will catch up with Jeff Stanton and Ricky Carmichael. But just to give you Jeff Ward's record, 7 wins, 83, 84, 85, so 3 in a row, 87, 88, 89, and 90, 4 in a row. That was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and think about the races he's talking about there. Geldorf, hard-packed, fast, slippery racetrack. We don't really have racetracks like that in America anymore. So you go back and watch a race like that, it really gives you an appreciation for, I think, the wide skill set riders like that had.
Well, let's go down to Lisa again. She's with Ricky Carmichael first, and I think Jeff Stanton after that. So once again, over to you, Lisa Leyland.
Yeah. I'm just joined with Ricky Carmichael. I can't hear anything, so hopefully you guys can hear me at home. Ricky Carmichael, Team USA, what can they do this weekend?
Well, I think they're going to have a great weekend. I really do believe that, and they're definitely motivated. You got, unfortunately, 2 guys, Chase Sexton and Deegan, going out. Hate to see that, but nonetheless, we got 2 guys, R.J. Hampshire and Justin Cooper, ready to step up, and I think they have a good shot at getting the job done. As we've seen in all of Motocross of Nations, so much drama always happens, and I think that they can use that to their advantage this weekend.
And of course, Ricky, you've been to your fair share of Motocross of Nations, but this is next level here, isn't it? I haven't seen anything quite like it.
Yeah, it's a wild event, and like all countries, it's an honor to host the Motocross of Nations because this is such a special event. And you can see all the fans have turned up here today in Crawfordsville, and it's going to be an epic weekend. Mother Nature looks to be nice for us, and they deserve it. Everybody deserves it.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.
And do you have Jeff Stanton down there?
I do.
Yeah.
Jeff, come and join us. Don't be shy. Jeff, just tell us, this weekend is going to be something special, if this is anything to go by.
Absolutely. Look at all the people here. America's bringing the energy and going to support the USA. Let's go. USA! USA! USA!
USA! USA! Jeff, like, how important is the Motocross of Nations as an event for the sport of motocross? And more importantly, how important is it to have it back in the States?
It's awesome to have it back here in our country, and we got 3 great guys that are going to uphold our country. And for me, it was huge. It was an honor to be a part of the ones that I race and to win them. It was the highlight of my year, each year, racing the Motocross of Nations.
And just quickly before you go, how did that feel to actually lift that Chamberlain Trophy?
Oh, it's awesome. Like I said, the Nations were some of my highlight events by winning them, and so it's up there on the list. You got to come here, you got to perform, and you got to win.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Ryan Villapoto. Thank you, Ricky Carmichael, as well. Thank you, Lisa, for now. Whilst all of those interviews were happening, we saw Team Honduras come through, and they are all first-time entrants this weekend, so not one of those 3 riders there have even raced this event in the past, and the same for the FIM Asia group as well. They're 3 riders. Costa Rica, we've just come through now on screen, and we mention it every year, JT, but for somebody representing their country and then having to do it for the first time, having to do it here in the USA when the world is watching even more. It's a big deal, isn't it, for these guys? Some of them are here to qualify, some are just here to take part. Yeah, and I think you really have to look at it situationally. Some teams, America, the Australians, the French, there's a lot of pressure. There's expectation for them to be on the podium, if not win. I think some of these teams that we're seeing come through now, this is such an opportunity for them. There is no pressure. There is no expectation. It's all upside for them, taking the experience, taking the opportunity, and if they can find a way to sneak into that A final, they will make their country proud. Well, we have. I read somewhere in the press PR, 5 teams with brothers representing this weekend. Obviously, the most high profile is going to be the Coonan brothers, but we've got the race list from Latvia as well. What about the Lawrences? And the Lawrences are in there as well. They're not high profile? Oh, yeah, they are, but but yeah, good call. But here in Mexico, there's also the Rubalcaba brothers and their team manager, Jose Martin Garcia Arredondo. Again, 2 riders with no experience. Jorge Israel Rubalcaba is a 3rd-time visitor here. And you know what? They haven't got too far to go if they want a bite to eat, because you've got Little Mexico and El Chirro just on the opposite corners of the block here. We ate at one of them last night, so they'll be enjoying that. But we've got the Southmont band here for a little bit of music. It's, you know what, only in the USA are we going to get something as bonkers and as crazy as this. We've seen everything so far and we're not even done. Yeah, local high school band marching through town is a very normal thing here in America. You see it at a lot of parades, 4th of July. So for me, this is just like going back to my childhood. This is a very, very typical thing. Jorge Villegas there, the FIM president, just giving us a bit of a wave. And I think we're also going to be joined by Rob Dingman as well, the AMA president and CEO. But there's Mr. Villegas, and he's obviously going to be here in all of his glory. We'll see him on the podium at the end of the weekend as well. But yeah, what a fantastic event this is, and I'm sure he's happy to be a part of it as well. In a moment, we will be looking for Team Ukraine, Team Israel, and Team Morocco. We did start with 38 teams, Ecuador withdrawing at the last moment. So 37 heading into the qualifying rounds on Saturday. What was your highlight as a racer in the past? Because
well, it wasn't the Motocross of Nations. I wasn't quite good enough for that. But no, honestly, you know, you try to find small victories. You know, I wasn't on the par of the Ricky Carmichaels and the stars of that era, but you kind of find your place, and you look up to those guys. Of course, I raced against a guy like Ricky Carmichael my entire life, but I really enjoyed getting over, going to Europe, racing supercrosses like that, and trying to find wins there. So we have, was that Rob Dingman that had just passed through there? So AMA president Rob Dingman was one of the dignitaries that are being recognized.
So a couple more cars behind there, and we're getting ready
Rob
to.
There. Yep.
Yep. So great to have him here as well, and of course so many people from the AMA, from MX Sports, working behind the scenes tirelessly. And it's not just an event that's just happened over the last month. It's something, as you mentioned in the top of the program, 2 years in the making when they were first talking about maybe coming here, what to expect, the security, the streets, the parade, all of that kind of thing. We can't do it without all of those people in high places.
Yeah, a year ago, they were already in full planning mode, right? They were able to tell us exact things that were going to happen a year away. So, again, this is all the culmination of, I don't know, hundreds of people's hard work to get here.
Off here, Casey Senach, a European Championship regular back home in MXGP. Stav Orland and Ben Almagor, that is Team Israel there. Their team manager, Raz Heyman. And those three riders are looking forward to racing here this weekend. Of course they are.
Orland's been a bright spot. We got to watch him quite a bit in Monster Energy Supercross and Pro Motocross. Surprised quite a bit, made some main events, qualified for the motos this summer. So he is an up-and-coming star here in America.
So we've got the Yamaha Blue Crew. So we mentioned these earlier. It's 65, 85, 125. The kids, some of them on their bikes, a lot of them walking through the background there. They will get to compete on the Motocross Nations in front of the world's biggest stage. It'll all be live on MXGP TV as well. And of course, the winners of that will go to a masterclass with the top 3 plus 2 wildcards. Will go to a masterclass where they will be selected for some more fine-tuning and a chance of Yamaha support in 2026. So that's going to be very, very interesting there. But going back to Israel a moment ago, only Stav Orland has represented Israel. It's going to be his second appearance. His first was here in the USA Redbird back in 2022.
See Team Uruguay there, about to make the left turn onto Main Street here.
Yeah, so Team Uruguay then, they're going to be lining up just in terms of their numbers. So whether we've already seen Morocco go through with Saad Suleimani, Naam Joal, and Elise Poget, with Esadi Intaj, their team manager. But Uruguay with Nicolas Rolando, Alfonso Bracci, and German Bracci. So one of the brothers there as well, representing Uruguay. Laurent Lazare is their team manager. And this is the bit that the fans have come to see, isn't it? Like the teams now on the back of those pickup trucks. And of course, is it York Chrysler providing all the machinery this weekend?
Yeah, this is quite the turnout. So many vehicles. And again, we talk about how many people are involved to pull off an event like this. That's just another example.
So Team Uruguay doing their bit. Puerto Rico is next. And when I think of Puerto Rico, I think of the various American riders that have represented Team Puerto Rico. Redbird back in 2018 was the highlight with Pastrana.
Yep.
Ricky Johnson was
Zach
the team
Osborne
manager.
was there one time, yeah.
And yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic and electric. Pastrana did a backflip on the sighting lap ahead of one of the races.
He did. That shouldn't shock anyone.
No, you're right. So Puerto Rico riding 112, 113 and 114. Their team manager, Juan Joel Velez Rodriguez. I hope I got that right.
Well done.
He couldn't have enough names if he tried. But yeah, Puerto Rico then 112, 13 and 14. And first appearance for one of those riders, and of course one of the others as well. So yeah, Puerto Rico.
That's interesting to see them not kind of lean into the American side of that this year, especially being on home soil. You'd have thought there would be, maybe they would grab some Americans, maybe jump into that A final, but it seems like they've gone completely with their own riders in country.
So moving swiftly on then with Morocco, Uruguay, Puerto Rico, Argentina, the white and baby blue, and the riders here, Joaquin Poli, Felipe Quirino Costa, and Agustin Poli. So another set of brothers from South America. Dean Andres Kelly is the team manager there. And these guys are going to be riding 109, 110, 111. And for Joaquin Poli, it's his fourth appearance. He was 2017 at Matchley Basin, 23 at Ernée, 24 at Matchley Basin again. They didn't qualify in either of those with him riding there, but his first appearances for Felipe Quirino Costa and Agustin Poli as well. So be interesting to see how they do here, a little bit closer to home, and if they get that little bit extra support needed to push them over the line. But not an easy place to come to, the Motocross of Nations. How intimidating is it? I mean, you remember what it was like just riding your first national, I'm sure, or your first Supercross with all those established stars.
Yeah.
And then come in here and having that tenfold.
I think you just have to look at it through the right lens. You can't look at it as everyone's expecting everything, there's too much pressure. No, this is your opportunity on the world's biggest stage to make a name for yourself. And the pressure will be the same, but it's how you view that pressure and how you use it to fuel yourself, I think, that makes the difference.
Well, Team Iceland are coming through now. And Team Iceland, they're going to be riding 106, 107, 108, and all of their names are a mouthful. Ingvar Sverrir Einarsson, Erik Mani Gudmundsson, and Ida Ori Palmason, all, well,
easy
two of
for
them.
you to say.
Well, yeah, and I'm Icelandic, not. For Einarsson and Gudmundsson, of course, first appearances for them, but for Ida Ori Palmason, 5 appearances now for him. Hasn't qualified in either of them, so he'll be hoping to make that wrong a right here this weekend. So that'll be interesting to see how they go as well. Their team manager, Gunnlaug Carlsen. Right.
We have the mayor here.
Yes. Lisa Leyland, let's go over to you.
Yes, I'm just with Mayor Barton here. The first thing he said to me is, what a party. And it really is a party, Mayor. The Motocross of Nations is the biggest event on the motocross calendar. How does it feel to have Crawfordsville host it?
We are so excited. We've been working for this for over a year now. We wanted to make sure everything was covered. We wanted to host the best Motocross of Nations ever, anywhere.
And Mayor, it's all about the local authorities as well. We can't forget the community of Crawfordsville. You must be so proud because they've put this together as well.
It's the entire community coming together. Everyone has worked hard to make this happen in what it is today.
It's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on such a good job and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great to have Mayor Barton here. And as Lisa said there and rightly pointed out, you know, it starts with him in this town. So he gives it the okay, the approval. And then it snowballs from there. What do we need? Security, fencing, all the rest of it. You know, medics, police, everything.
Well, he has to be so proud of what he sees here because this was a vision. This was a, hey, we think we can execute to this level. And I would say whatever they thought they were going to pull off, they have surpassed so far. And it's only Friday, and I think it's already been a huge success.
Well, FIM Latin America, FIM LATAM, if you like, Franklin Nogueira, Miguel Rojas and Marco Antezana. Second appearance for Franklin Nogueira. He rode last week. And before we go anywhere else, Lisa Leyland has found another blast from the past, another star, a 4-time nation winner. It's only Jeff Emig.
Jeff Emig, you look like a rock star. You're really working it this weekend.
He is a rock star.
He is a rock star. He really is. What a pleasant surprise to see you. This weekend, you're a spectator. You're just going to have fun and lap up all that energy, aren't you?
Well, the energy here in Crawfordsville, Indiana, I mean, this is so Indiana, right? It's just such an incredible parade and a great way to start off another nations event. And all the local people here are just, I mean, there's just a fantastic energy.
It's absolutely next level. And of course, you've won the Motocross of Nations before. As a rider coming into an event, how special is it? How important is this event? And if you're lucky to lift that Chamberlain trophy. You can't hear me, can you?
Well, yeah, Racing the Nations event is really like nothing else, right? There's just a different, you know, the whole strategy of the race. You have teammates that are your competitors normally, and now you become teammates, right? And when you race with, like for us, with the American flag, you know, across your heart, it's like, it's just some extra, just an extra reason to go out and try to win that race.
It's more than just a race then.
Yeah, and you know about the Whole Shot Challenge tomorrow, right?
Yeah, well, tell us about it.
Yeah, so Jeremy McGrath does this event with Monster Energy. It's called the McGrath Whole Shot Challenge. Myself, Jeremy, Ricky Carmichael, Jeff Stanton, Villapoto. It's going to be super fun.
Enjoy it. Thank you, Jeff. Great to see you. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
So while also those things were happening, we had Chile, and now we have Japan. Great to see three-time winner Jeff Emig there coming through. And he is, he was a winner in 92, 93, and then the last one was at Jerez in Spain in 96. But Team Japan, Yuki Okura in the MXGP category, Soya Nakajima, and Joe Shimoda, who is no stranger to these parts of the world. It's a third appearance for Yuki Okura in 22 and 24. He was there. The best ever finish has been fifth for Japan. That was back in 2003 in Zolder. But Joe Shimoda, his first appearance in 2022 at Redbud didn't work out. The team never qualified. He's hoping to make amends. And before we grab a quick word with Joe Shimoda, JT, he's riding a 450, looks good on it in that open category. And what can we expect? Because they could qualify probably just on his performance alone.
Yeah, I think he is a dark horse individual performer in this event. Maybe like a Tim Geiser. There are certain guys that are going to try to go out and just win the race for themselves on this stage. I think Joe fits that. And think about the pride he must feel. He's the first ever Japanese champion in America. It's only been 2 weeks. You know he's still just riding a wave of confidence from that.
Well, I hear some giggles going on behind me that can only mean that Joe Shimoda has caught up with Lisa Leyland. Put him down, Lisa.
Yes, Mr. Joe Shimoda. You would think he was racing for Team USA. You've got a lot of fans here, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I love it here, you know. Even though if I represent Japan, I still love United States, so.
Well, Joe, this is your second time representing Team Japan. Unfortunately, in 2022 Redbud, you guys didn't qualify. What can you do this weekend?
I think we just go out there, perform our best, and should be all right. So let's do this thing.
You're on a 450 as well this weekend. How's that going?
We only got 3 days on the bike. I mean, a little under-prepared, I would say, but, I mean, we're still going to send it, so we'll see.
You send it. You send it. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Joe Shimoda there.
Yeah, great to see Joe Shimoda. I was talking to his mechanic, actually, Ben, and he was saying that did a little bit of riding on it in the winter as well, and only he and his mechanic knew exactly what was going on at that moment in time. So they've done a little bit of dark horse, a little bit of backdoor kind of riding, but those 2 or 3 sessions, hopefully, that's just re-enlightened that feeling of being on a 450, and hopefully old Joe Show can put on a performance here and a fantastic show. I'm sure he will. Got a lot of support over here, JT.
Well, think about Shimoda moving to America, not speaking English at all, and having to learn from zero all the way to where he is now a champion here. It's truly, I think when you think about the American dream, for Joe Shimoda, that's become reality.
Well, Team Finland are next on our screens. Jiri Haavisto for the MXGP category. 7 times now he's representing his home country, dating back from 2015. He was also there at Matterley Base in 2017, 21 at Mantova, Italy, 22 right here in the US at Redbud, and then the last 2 years, of course, in Ernée and Matterley Basin. He got 12th when he represented in Italy in 2021. He's going to be joined by Casimir Henderson on his first appearance, and Sampo Rainio, who makes his second appearance for Finland. Didn't qualify in 2024 last year, so he'll be hoping to make amends. Kusti Manninen is their team manager.
Yeah, waving the flag there. Kusti's a great guy. I've raced many times in Finland, and they are very, very passionate about their motocross. And, of course, we know they had an MXGP event there too, so getting a little love shown to Finland.
They've had quite a few GPs in Finland over the years, and it was great to be back there again earlier this year. And but Team Venezuela is up next. And guys you're familiar with, and guys on this side of the Atlantic, Anthony Rodriguez, Carlos Baliali, and Lorenzo Locurcio, all with massive amounts of experience. Rodriguez making his 6th appearance, Baliali making his 8th appearance, and it'll be 5 times now for Locurcio, former athlete of yours, and it'll be fantastic to see. They got 14th in Redbud, their best ever finish. That was in 2018. They'll be hoping to capitalise on that. Team Ireland, before we go there, great to see the Venezuelans, though.
Yeah, and I think what you mentioned there, they know this track very well. So you think about who's going to perform well. There's a lot of teams that are very similar on paper. I think the riders that have Ironman experience are really going to shine on Sunday.
Well, I'm hoping to see the Irish dancers, actually, because we were hoping to have a perfect segue. So after Team Venezuela, we were going to get the dancing leprechauns. I'm not sure if that was the regular leprechauns that we see in the paddock that come over year in, year out to support Team Ireland. But Team Ireland, once again, representing in, we've got Martin Barr, Glenn McCormick, and Stuart Edmonds. And for Martin Barr, or Bardy Marr as we call him, and Stuart Edmonds, that's going to be the 11th time those two have paired up together to represent Team Ireland.
Well, I would. Did you used to race against Martin Barr?
Yeah, briefly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I believe this is 19 appearances.
I think it's going to be 19 now,
19
yeah.
appearances. That is incredible to think. Not only has he been racing that long, to be good enough to be chosen for the Motocross of Nations 19 times. I don't know that we've seen that or will ever see that again. Maybe a Leoc. Maybe a Leoc down the road. Okay, there we go. I knew it. I knew it had to be a Leoc.
Yeah. And Antonio Caroli, who we're going to see a little later on, it's going to be his 16th appearance for Team Italy as well. So there's some riders up there with some high appearances for their national team, for their country. But great to see Marty Barr, Stewie Edmonds up here as well, making the trip across the Atlantic. But we will catch up with Martin Barr. And, put him down, Martin. Put him down. Put her down. Anyway, look, just looking over my shoulder, I tell you what, she can't leave him alone this weekend. Lisa Leyland, you're there with Martin Barr, as we call him, Bardy Marr.
Bardy Marr. Bardy Marr. Are you having a good day?
Having a very good day.
Sorry, bad accent. But Marty, this is like, I mean, how many times have you competed at this event? 19, 20?
Yeah, this is my 19th year, 5th time in America, so this never gets old. You know, you can't replace this. It's brilliant.
I was going to say, what is it about this event that keeps you coming back? But when you see the streets of Crawfordsville, I kind of already know the answer to that.
Yeah, you know, it's just such a buzz. You know, obviously I'm still riding pretty decent. I'm feeling good, and you know, but to be here riding for Team Ireland again for my 19th time, as I say, it's absolutely brilliant.
And of course, you and Stewie Edmonds, you're together on the same team, 11th time racing together for this event. What's the atmosphere like in the team? What's the vibe? How's your trip been so far?
Yeah, it's really good, as you say. You know, Stew's here 11 times. We've got Glenn McCormick for his 2nd time, so he can kind of lean off us. We've got plenty of experience in that, and he's been riding very well. So, you know, hopefully tomorrow we can put 3 good performances in and get into that A final.
I'm not going to mention the B word there.
No, what is that?
Baloney, that's what it is.
For Barr.
Thank you, Marty. Have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, that B word is barred. Yeah. Anyway, great to see Team Ireland here, and who knows, will it be the final appearance for Martin Barr and Stewie Edmonds?
Don't
you
say that.
never know. You never know.
Don't put that jinx on them.
Actually, you know what? Martin Barr has been saying that for the last 10 years.
He has.
So
yes.
we'll see him next year.
We can't let it end without getting to 20.
Absolutely. Next up, I think it's Team Sweden, isn't it?
We are with Team Sweden, and Isaac Gifting, he's another guy that I think a lot of Americans on Saturday and Sunday are going to be wondering who that rider is on the Yamaha.
I think we got to know who Isaac Gifting was at his home Grand Prix in Sweden when he took the lead and then fell on the last lap. But enough of all that. Isaac Gifting, man of not so many words, is down there with Lisa Leyland. Lisa, he's the quiet one, isn't he?
Isaac Gifting, where's the cape? Where's the Viking helmet?
They all got it. The Swedish guys got it. The guys, you see all the guys with the beer and the chainsaws, they got it.
Well,
they're representing our country this weekend.
Isaac, this parade is right up your street. It's pretty quiet, a bit like you, and it's a little bit different, a little bit like you.
It's amazing, yeah, a little bit like me. Yeah, quiet and calm, very easygoing. We love this, it's amazing. The American people are so good. The atmosphere, the street, the track, everything, look at it. It's unbelievable, we love this.
Or different in a good way.
Yes, exactly, like me or not. Yeah.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, always count on Isaac Gifting for a little bit of character there and a bit of humour. 4th appearance it'll be. He's represented 21, 23 and 24. His best finish was 19th on 2 occasions. Italy in 2021 in Mantova and again in 2023 in Erne. So he'll be hoping, along with his teammates Albin Gerhardsen and Anton Goul, to at least get into the main event, and I'm sure they will. And Philip Turesson, their team manager this weekend. Now, Austria, what a team we've got here. Pascal Rauschenegger, MXGP, Max Erniker in MX2, Marcel Stauffer, Carl Schmidinger as a team manager, but Pascal Rauschenbecker, who rode MX2, rode MXGP briefly, went into Enduro, did the World Championships, and was very, very highly decorated in terms of different events, things like that. He's come back to motocross, won the Austrian National Championship this year. It's been a tough year for him as well. His dad passed away earlier this year, so it was kind of like a bittersweet thing because his dad was by his side week in, week out, every single race. Obviously, he no longer has that support, but to go out there and have the year that he had, absolutely fantastic, but heartbreaking at the same time. But that's motocross, unfortunately. And it's how you bounce back from all of those kind of things that really shows your true colors. Yeah,
and I think this is an opportunity to kind of race in memory of that. These big moments, this is the biggest race of the year for these riders, and I think they can summon that energy, the pain that they feel through the year. And that Enduro side, maybe shades of Charlier a few years ago on the French team with that Enduro side.
We've got the Wheelie Wizards there just doing a little bit down there for us.
We missed the Dancing Leprechauns.
I know. I'm not happy about that.
There will be a strongly worded email sent later.
I've already sent it. So we've got Wheelie Wizards here. I just saw him trying to do a burnout on these little scooters, but be interesting to see how that all pans out in a moment. But yeah, great to see Team Sweden there, and of course Team Austria, and we should get Estonia through any moment now. But no, you know, news break, breaking news, no Tano Leon.
Well,
23 didn't make
there's an age limit. It's like MX2. There's an age limit. You can only race until you're 50 years old at this event, apparently.
Exactly.
But yeah, Team Estonia, Harry Kulas on that team has been he's been here for the last few summers and really impressed another rider. I keep talking about this, but these riders that have Ironman experience, I think it's really going to help them on a race like this. And sir, that gentleman is missing a front wheel.
I was going to say, honey, someone stole my front wheel. There was a guy in England, so you've heard of Dougie Lampkin, multi-time world trials champion, and there was a guy that used to compete with him in world trials, national championship trials, Steve Colley. He went and did his own sort of on-the-road stunt show, and that was one of the things he was doing 20 years ago, 30 years ago even, just going to the bike shows and different arenas all over the world and doing all of the single wheel. He would ride along and pick the front wheel up, and then the front end would fall out and everyone would be gasping in horror. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
we at this race, I believe, no, it was Redbud, we had Tony Boo come over and visit Redbud. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those trials guys, you get them into a wheelie competition like that, they are incredible.
That was from Tony Bow, 25, 26 world titles indoors and out altogether.
Hasn't lost one since 2007.
Honestly, the guy is on another level in terms of the ability that he has on a motorcycle. Estonia we've lost at the moment. Team Republic of South Africa is next, and we have Slade Smith, MXGP, Camden McClellan, and Cameron Druro, MXGP, MX2 Open. Cheryl McClellan is the team manager. We will grab a word with Camden McClellan in a few moments' time as soon as he makes it around the corner down the street to Lalo. And he's had a fantastic season. In fact, Monster Energy Triumph on both sides of the Atlantic with race wins, podiums, all the rest of it. It's been a fascinating 2 years for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think for McClellan, he's one of the riders that the American fans may not be as familiar with, but he is going to leave a mark this weekend, and it's going to be one of those riders where everybody's wondering who is the guy on the Triumph.
Digging the bucket hat down there, Lisa Leyland. You've got the cam man, Camden McClellan. What's going on down there?
I know, I can smell burnt rubber. That's what's going on down here. It's just got me in the back of the throat. Camden, this is your 5th Nations in the row. Actually, your best finish was 13th in France, 2023 for Team South Africa. Can you guys better that this weekend?
Oh, that's the plan. That's the plan, for sure. Yeah.
And have you had a chance to walk the track, the Ironman Raceway? What do you think about that?
I think it's awesome. The track is looking really, really good. A lot of elevation, like small elevation, but really cool. And I think the flow is great. So I'm excited to get out there. Really excited.
And Camden, what's the vibe like in the team? Are you up for it? Are you going to send it? Are you lapping up all this American energy?
For sure. If you're in America, you have to send it. You know, like they say, full send always.
You send it. Have a great weekend.
And
Thank you, Camden.
Actually, Lisa, just real quick, if you can grab him. Slade Smith is on a debut performance here this weekend. What's the advice for him, and what can we expect from him?
Did you hear that, Camden?
No.
Just repeat that, Paul, because I couldn't hear it either.
Slade Smith, your MXGP rider, is obviously making his first appearance. How nervous is he? What kind of information do you have for him?
I'll just repeat that, Paul, because we can't really hear much down here. Sage Smith is making his debut. Did you give him any advice? Because it's his first time at this event. What advice did you give him?
There he is. He's very excited. I didn't give him much advice. You know, there's not much to say. You go on the track, you twist the throttle, and you do your best, and that's all we can do as Team South Africa. So He's ready, he's excited, he's taking it all in. There he is.
He's totally buzzing. That's good advice. I like that. Thank you, Captain. Best of luck to you and Team South Africa.
Yeah, he looks like he's the team social media guy there, taking it all in, providing all of the footage. Anyway, let's go down to Norway, shall we? Håkon Osterhagen, Pelle Gundersen, and Håkon Fredriksson. Pelle Gundersen, son of former MX2 MXGP Grand Prix racer and Grand Prix winner Kenneth Gundersen, former Red Bull KTM and various other brands, but bumped into Kenneth in the paddock this morning, and he was saying, yeah, he's just really proud of his kid, Pelle, and looking forward to it. Of course, a racer dad in terms of he's been here, he's represented Norway as well, and so he has a massive amount of advice to give him, but more often than not, that advice from someone, that father-son race connection, go out, enjoy it, relax, everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, and this race is a learning experience, right? I think a rider like Fredriksson could come in and make some noise here. I think the big miss here, though, is not having Horgmo. Not having Horgmo. You know, these guys have a chance to shock the world, but when you're missing your star, as we'll see in a couple other teams coming up, it's a tough blow to the team overall.
Well, we're starting to get towards the crunch area of this Nucor parade now, because obviously those the more familiar names, top 10, top 12 guys, and Team Belgium is one of those teams where Lucas Koenen, Sasha Koenen, Liam Everts representing this weekend for Belgium. Lucas Koenen, his third appearance, 23, 24, and now here. He was fifth in Erne. Had a nightmare time when he broke that shoulder, broke that collarbone at Matchley Basin when he was an MX2 rider, but on the gas. Sasha Koenen should have raced last year as well, but then when he got injured, Lucas, who was planning on riding a 450, had to step down to 250, and so the team dynamic changed quite a lot. And Liam Everts, a fourth appearance for him, because he's hoping for a win to emulate Grandad Harry and Dad Stefan.
Yeah, and when you think about this team, I truly believe this is the team that not enough people are talking about. There is so much upside with this team, because I believe both Koenens could be in the individual win category competition. Like, they could be at the front all weekend long. Can Liam Everts step up on the bigger bike and perform? But when you think about who has the most upside with the least expectations, this is my pick right here.
And Lucas Koenen has been absolutely fantastic in MXGP in his rookie season, hasn't he? 14 race wins, I think 13 podiums. Outstanding, and pushed Romain Fevre all the way to the checkered flag in that debut season.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get a chance with Lisa to speak to Lucas now.
Over to you, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm just with Lucas Koenen from Team Belgium. Lucas, this year, I guess this season has been quite a stressful one for you, chasing that MXGP world title. What's the plan for this weekend? Are you feeling a little bit more relaxed? Are you going to have fun? Or are you pushing for a podium at the very least for you guys?
I mean, I'm here just to have fun and also to put Team Belgium back on top, you know, and try to get a podium with the team could be amazing, because, yeah, we had some difficult times, but I mean, this year team is looking great with my brother and Liam. I think we've got a bit of everything, consistency and fast, so I mean, I think we have a good chance, and we're just going to enjoy every step of the way. Like, now we're enjoying it a lot. Like, I mean, it's a good experience, so yeah, first time in the US, also new track, so I mean, we'll be sick.
It's your first time in the US? Oh, wow!
Yeah, it is, so it's, we're enjoying it and just trying to get the best out of it.
Up that energy. And just quickly before you go, it didn't happen last year, but obviously you're representing Team Belgium with your twin brother Sasha Koenen. How cool is that for the both of you?
I mean, that's a really big thing for us, because me and my brother are twins, and yeah, we also got other brothers like Jet and Hunter, but I mean, we are doing it for the first year, so it's nice to share, and also like between the motors will be also nice to do it together. So yeah, we're looking forward. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun, and US fans look good, so I mean, look forward.
Enjoy every moment. Thank you, Lucas Koenen there.
Yeah, great to see twin brothers.
We need to check birth certificates on that, because there's about a 6-inch height differential there. But yeah, and those two they're paired at the hip. They're always together. They ride together, they train together, and I think they're truly not only twins, but they're best friends as well.
Should we go check out the Crawford High School marching bands? Because as you said, JT, this is taking you right the way back to your childhood with the brass bands, the marching bands, the dancers, and again, this has absolutely everything. A bit of pomp and ceremony and pageantry. It's, I mean, the rehearsal time for these guys and girls as well.
Well, they got to go straight to the high school football game. You see it on the table here. They're just as a warm-up for the football game later for them.
And that's just at the top of the hill, isn't it? Just as we make that right turn towards the track, we pass the little stadium on the left-hand side.
And I do mean warm-up, because look at what they are wearing, and it is warm here today.
Yeah, we have shelter this weekend, so but we've still got the heat of the studio lights. But yeah, just going back to the Koonens, third appearance for Lucas Koonen. He was 5th and 16th, but 16th with Team Belgium when he broke his collarbone. Liam Everett, 6th overall. He's been 5th the last couple of times as well. And from that side, you know, they are hoping. They've not had a podium since Assen 2019. They've not had a win since 2013 in Germany.
That has to be the longest, one of the longest streaks ever for them historically. I'm telling you, everybody should be keeping Team Belgium in the back of their mind.
What do we know about Team Canada? Jess Pettis, Sebastian Racine and Tanner Ward. First appearances for Racine and Ward, but Jeff Pettis only his second appearance, so I guess by sort of process of elimination and experience, he's going to be the team captain.
Yeah, well, they've had horrible luck the last few years, and this team is very talented. You know, the big miss here is not having Dylan Wright, who's arguably the best Canadian rider, but still, anything better than what it's been the last few years will be upside. They have had horrific crashes. The worst possible luck that you could think of has befallen Team Canada for the last few years. So I know that Courtney Lloyd, you see there on the back of the Ram truck there, they're just hoping for some sort of success to walk out of here with a smile.
Well, she's always good value as well. Always a lap a minute with Courtney Lloyd. But it's interesting, actually. We don't see many team managers from the female side. Camden McClellan's mum, Cheryl, she's doing it for South Africa. We've obviously got Courtney Lloyd for Canada.
Yep.
And she's pretty much an evergreen in that team, isn't she? She's definitely part of the furniture.
Yeah, and she does a lot behind the scenes with fundraising and a lot of coordination. Not so different than what Christina Denny does on the Team USA side. So what you don't see are the people behind the scenes that make all of these teams possible, and Courtney Lloyd is exactly that.
Team Brazil with Enzo Lopes and Bernardo Ito Tiburcio, Fabio Santos. Again, all with experience. Enzo Lopes with his fourth appearance, 18, 22, and 24. Second appearance for Bernardo Ito Tiburcio. 8 times now this will be for Fabio Santos. Best finish for him was 13th in 2024. Matchley Basin, Great Britain, of course, the same for Enzo Lopes and Bernardo Tiburcio. Same team, crucially, for them. So they kind of all come in now with that experience, with Tiburcio having ridden for the first time last year. Like the pressure is off for them now. He knows the format, the system, the races, everything else. And so maybe he can enjoy this one a little bit more. We're getting ready to go down to speak to Lisa with Enzo Lopes. And great to see you, Enzo. Lisa, over to you.
Yeah, I'm just with Enzo Lopes from Team Brazil. Enzo, if you can hear me, 3 out of your 4 appearances at the Motocross of Nations have been here in the USA. Last year in Matterley, you guys were 13th. Can you improve on that this weekend?
Oh, we definitely can. First of all, I just want to say it's an honor for me to represent my country in my second home away from home, which is America, you know. I'm grateful to be here, and definitely we want to crack the top 10. We've got a good team. Just grateful to be here. Look at this. It's crazy. Thank you, guys.
Sorry, I didn't hear a word you just said.
Yeah, but it's part of it. It's part of it.
You guys are enjoying. You're lapping up the energy here.
Yeah, always. Brazil, we bring the energy, always.
We've got a lot of fans. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you, Enzo.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
We are speeding through this presentation. I've just looked down and we obviously doing something like this for the first time with the streets and whatever and what have you. We were kind of anticipating that this would be around about sort of 6:27-ish, but we are way ahead of time, maybe some 25 minutes or so. So that's good news, because the bars are still open around the corner. There's a couple of cold ones getting ready with our names on them.
That's all right. I'm just taking it all in. And this is your team, Paul. These are your people. Take it away.
Josh Gilbert, Dylan Walsh, and Conrad Muse. And, of course, what we learned a couple of days ago, Conrad Muse was the MXGP rider, and Gilbert had been switched up. So those two now swapping places. Gilbert, MXGP, Conrad Muse, Open. Dylan Walsh, the Brit who emigrated to New Zealand, spends a lot of time now in the US. So he's kind of like an American Brewe, like a three-way hybrid. And finally getting the nod because, it's his second appearance for Team GB. In the Nations, but one of those was for New Zealand and one of them for Team GB this time around. His last appearance was Assen 2019.
Yeah, and you just think about this team. Conrad Muse can race with anybody in the world when he's on his best. He was able to beat Jeffrey Hurlings in the British Championships this year. So riders that they may not be at the forefront of your mind. A race like this, if they bring their best stuff, I'm telling you, they can run up front, and Muse has the talent to do it.
We will go back to Estonia now as well, because obviously they should have come through a little bit earlier, but the Estonians then with their riders here this weekend, and great to see them. But as we said, breaking news, no Tano Leo, which I'm not sure if the Estonian fans are happy about, unhappy about.
That's probably why they were late.
Yeah.
They were still waiting for him to show.
But Jürgen Matthias Talviku, Yusep Papan and Harry Kulas. Martin Amurai is the team manager there. They'll be riding numbers 55, 56 and 57. So hopefully they're not late to the waiting zone for qualifying and the races, because obviously they won't get the second chance to get the way into the parade just like they just have now.
Yeah, and two of those three have ridden Ironman at least once.
Yeah.
Talviku, I believe, twice. Kulas more than that. So they have experience. And for a team like Estonia, we don't talk about them a lot, but that's a team that shows up in the top 10 when it's all said and done, more times than not. So sneaky good team in Estonia.
So we've seen GB. We've seen Estonia. We are down there now with Team Morocco. So we've got Saad Suleimani, Nuam Jayal, and Elis Poget. We missed them earlier on the parade, but again, great to see them here. Saad Suleimani is a regular visitor in European Championship and MX2 wildcards, things like that. So he's a French-Moroccan, if you like. So from Morocco, speaks French, lives in France, but very proud of his Moroccan heritage. And yeah, great to see them here. Ukraine. These guys, is this some of the highlights, or is this, did we miss them guys earlier?
Yeah, they're just making another lap. It's lap 2 for Team Ukraine.
But even for Ukraine, you know, great to see them here this weekend. And yeah, look at the numbers there, the 127. So they're high up in the number territory. The Ukraine team is Yuri Navchik, Maxim Rosachuk, and Mikola Kupchenko. Alexander Shovs is their team manager. First appearance for all three riders this weekend. So, yeah, welcome to the United States, guys. We can still hear the brass bands and all sorts going on behind us here. It has been an absolutely fantastic atmosphere. Why we just got this little lull before we wait for the, you know, the sort of more sort of prominent teams, and we go to the North Montgomery High School Marching Charger Band. The NMHS band.
Say that 5 times fast.
Tongue twister. Again, we can't sort of highlight, you know, sort of the atmosphere, the pageantry, the camaraderie of everything that is happening right here. I've never seen anything like it. I know you haven't. Everybody the other side of our cameras and lighting, the locals and the streets, because let's not forget, the local community have said, right, we're going to come out and support it. All of a sudden, they've got another 20,000, 30,000 outsiders, you know, in team wear and regalia and wearing their flags. I'm not saying we're overpopulated here, but it's definitely busy.
No, it's incredible, and I think we knew there was going to be a large Team USA turnout. A lot of Americans, but the international turnout is really what's been the most surprising for me walking through the paddock today, down here at the parade. The global representation at this event, I think it continues on. We saw it at Redbud. We're seeing it here where it's not just a European Motocross of Nations that really does it well. America, I think, has really turned up the expectation on this race.
Team Denmark with their trio of riders, Magnus Smith in MXGP riding number 31, Mikkel Harup, who obviously spent his time in the USA this year riding 250 outdoors, and Mads Fredso. Thomas Kjærolsen, good to see TKO as the team manager, because obviously when he had his career-ending injury a few years ago, he disappeared, didn't want anything to do with it, gradually got on to start riding a bike again, but couldn't bring himself to the paddock to go and watch. But now he's taking a very instrumental role in supporting Team Denmark, offering his advice, and that's great to see, because that's a fantastic turnaround mentally and psychologically.
Yeah, and for TKO, he was a guy that could win races, and I think for him to come to the realization that I had my time, it was a great experience, but life is going to continue on, and I can still be a part of this great sport. I love to see that. Everyone kind of goes through that when you walk away. You don't know what's next, and I think that was no different for TKO, so it's great to have him back.
Yeah, Mikkel Harup making his third appearance. He rode in 2021 and 2024, got 10th in Italy, Mantoverde, 11th in Great Britain last year. First appearance for Magnus Smith, and a second for Mads Fredso. Let's go down to Mikkel Harup, or as I called him on his... I replied to
live TV, Mikkel. Yeah.
Lisa, is it Mikkel Harup?
You've got to be on your best behaviour. No, it's Mick.
Is it Mick or Mitchell?
Can I call you? Can I call you Mick? We go way back, me and Mick. We're like this. Mick, you're from Denmark, but you've been racing over here, doing the outdoors all year. How's that been for you?
It's been great. As you can see, the atmosphere is great, and it's been like that the whole season. I've been very impressed by the Americans and how welcoming they have been. So it's been amazing, and I'm looking forward to this weekend as well.
Are you saying you're not missing us in Europe then?
Not at all. Not at all. No.
Hang on a minute. I was just going to say we miss you when you're going to come back.
Yeah. No, I miss you guys as well. It's been a great experience so far, and yeah, I cannot wait to get back at some point.
That's what I want to hear. Best of luck to you and Team Denmark. Thank
Cheers,
you,
Mitchell.
Thanks, Mitchell.
He was feeling the pressure down there. He was feeling the pressure from Lisa.
I missed him.
No, it's good. And, the Mitchell thing, so the Mick thing, when we had the parade last year, we were in the studio and I went, yeah, thanks, Mick. Lisa went, yeah, thanks, Mick. And then I replied to his Instagram story earlier this week and I went, is it, anyway, good to see you, Mitchell, because obviously no one in America has ever heard of a Mick. And when after this weekend, they will have.
Well, the talk all year has been, is it Mikkel? Is it Michael? Is it Mikkel?
Yeah.
So, yes, there we are.
Yeah. Anyway, Team Latvia and another set of brothers here. Carlos Racialis in MXGP, Janis Racialis in MX2, Pauls Jonas, former MX2 world champion in MX2, of course. He's going to be riding in the open category. And, yeah, for Pauls Jonas, for all the years that he's been around, it's only his 5th appearance for his country. The first one was 2014, so only 5 appearances in that amount of time.
A lot of injuries. It's certainly not talent or ability. But yeah, Pauls has done this sport the hard way. He's a podium contender when he's healthy, but it has been few and far between. He's back now. We'll see what he can do for Antti Pyrinen's Kawasaki MXGP team.
And obviously the two brothers, Carlos Racialis riding in the MXGP category, probably just to give him that little bit more rest between motos, between races. Davis Ivanovs as a team manager. The 4th appearance for Carlos Racialis, actually. He got 10th overall at Matchley Basin last year when he represented. He's going to be riding alongside his brother Janis Racialis for the 2nd time. That was back in 2023 in France when those two appeared, and they finished 12th that day. But Janis Racialis, for those who don't know, 125 European champion, 250 European champion as well. Got a great future ahead of him. He'll be in MX2 next year, and I wonder if that'll be a real cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, I hope so. And just Latvia, I think one of the most unique and best rounds of MXGP at Kegums there. So yeah, I always have a soft spot for Latvia.
And you've been to the Nations in Latvia as well, so you know the circuit.
Yep. Yeah, I think
Switzerland.
Yeah, Gautier Polan showed the world how to ride that track that day.
And that was their first in a run of, what, 4 or 5 in a row that day?
5 in a row, yeah.
With Dylan Ferrandis
I
and
suffered
Steve
through all 5.
Yeah. So you know it wasn't just 4, it was 5.
I wake up every morning, in the first 5 minutes, I think about that 5-year run.
Jeremy Seewer, Nico Greutzmann, and Valentin Guillot, Valentin Guillot, and a massively experienced team with Seewer and Guillot. But Nico Greutzmann, EMX 250 rider, who I think finished top 3, top 5 in the EMX 250 Championship this year. His first appearance, but Jeremy Seewer, 13th for him. He did 9 in a row from 2011 to 2019, and then he did 22, 23, and 24. And for Valentin Guillot, 14th appearance now, 2010 plus 12 to 23 and 24, which is a lot of nations for them. Their best has been a 5th back in Ernée in France, and interesting to hear how they go. But Team Italy, we are getting through them thick and fast now, JT. Tony Cairoli, Andrea Adamo, Andrea Bonacorsi. 16th appearance now for the 9-time world champion Tony Cairoli, and riding as an Italian on an Italian motorcycle, Ducati, here this weekend in Ironman.
Well, this team has some talent. Tony Cairoli has all the experience in the world. Adamo can straight up win the MX2 class outright. And I think Bonacorsi is a little bit underrated. He's really performed well. He's still so young, but you look at the rides he's put in this year, I think he could surprise some people.
Let's go down to Lisa. She's only got a 16-time nations representative for Team Italy. He's only won 9 world titles. Absolutely. He's the most retired motocross rider we've seen in a long time. Over to you, Lisa. You're with Tony Cairoli, I believe.
Tony, did you hear what Paul just said? You're the most retired rider that he knows.
You already told me before. So.
No, but honestly, it's absolutely great to see you back. Tony, you were part of the winning team, Team Italy in 2021. You lifted that Chamberlain Trophy on home soil. As a rider, how special is that, and can you remember those emotions?
Yeah, it's crazy, you know. It's like he said. I mean, I missed this event for a couple of years now. I've been recalled this year, so I am just amazed, you know, from what we achieved in the career, and this was another milestone, you know, to recall that. I'm really proud of this. So we are doing great things here, racing in US. It's always special with a lot of fans, so it's just nice.
What is it about the Motocross of Nations here in America that made you think I have to come out retirement for that?
It's just nice. I mean, I've been racing 2 outdoors this year, and I had a lot of fun, a lot of warm also from the fans. It was just amazing. So I say, okay, I can train a bit more and try to get in the team, and then yeah, we made it. So I'm really proud of this. So let's see what we can do.
Team Italy, are they aiming for a podium at the very least?
Bye-bye, of course.
Yeah. Best of luck to you and Team Italy. Great to see you again, Tony Cairoli.
Yeah, 16 appearances, and in terms of like individual race performances, he was a double race winner at the Nations at Lommel in 2012. Did it again in 13 in Germany, where Italy finished third overall, and that was the first podium in a very, very long time for them. But that win in 2021 was outstanding, and obviously a highlight of his career, because when you've won MX2, MXGP world titles, and you represent the Italy at the Nations year in, year out, get a podium, and it's third or it's second. It's that one medal that's missing from that perfect collection, isn't it?
Well, and winning on home soil, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
You know, we were in Mantova, and you just, it was like they rushed the track. Everybody exploded onto the racetrack as soon as they knew that Italy had won. And regardless of what team you were cheering for, everyone was happy for the Italian team that day.
Tell me about the Ironman H2O truck, the water truck here. Is that a track watering device, or is that supplying the race circuit campers with fresh water? Come on, JT.
That's American muscle right there, sir.
Educate me.
That is American muscle in the way of a water truck. And yeah, I think it's just in the spirit of this racetrack. Of course, it's painted in Ironman Raceway colors, but that track's going to be out there. That truck's going to be out there watering the track this weekend. And I think it's just another way, as you can hear the horn in the background.
Well, there you go.
Get people involved.
And they're not leaving anything unturned here, are they? There's like dancing girls, marching bands, stunt riders, water trucks, wheelie bike, pit bike wheeliers. Here's Team Slovenia, and Tim Geiser, the 5-time world champion, of course, his 10th appearance, going back to 2011. The tiny country, only 2 million people in that country of Slovenia, and you've got Tim Geiser, Jakob Pekalai, and Jan Panzer. And we're pretty much now going to be interviewing one rider from each team that comes through here. Lisa Leyland will catch up with Tiga in a moment. But, yeah, they got their best ever performance last year, 7th overall as a team, and they're hoping to improve on that. So it'll be interesting to see whether that happens. And there's Sasha Cragley. Lisa Leyland, you've got Tim Geiser with you.
Yes.
The Tiga has arrived, and they're hoping to improve on 7th, I believe, from last year.
Tim Geiser, we cannot talk to you about the Nations without talking about that pass on Jet Lawrence, final corner, the final race last year. Is that something you still think about, or is it just like a thing of the past, distant memory, or is that something you still think about?
No, I always think about it. I mean, like, it's something special. It was the best race for me, like, in the Nations. Good memories, so yeah.
Did you have it on replay before coming into the weekend as motivation?
Exactly. Many people tag me, Many people tag me, so I saw many times. And, yeah, it gives you some extra motivation, yeah, of course.
Actually, Team Slovenia's got a solid team this year. Positive event last year for you guys. What can you do this weekend?
I mean, we are all fit, and I think we do well. I think we are there between 5 and 10, so hopefully we can do the same like last year, but we will see, we will do our best, and then we will see where we end.
Best of luck to you and the team. Thank you, Tim.
I like the question there. Do you have it on repeat, or is it distant memory, or do you have it on repeat?
Yeah, I think he's watched that many, many, many times, as I would.
I think we all did that week following on from that, because it was one of those iconic moments, wasn't it?
It was.
It's been a great soundbite. If you're going to promote the event of this magnitude with some of their best moments, that is definitely on the highlight reel.
Well, and it epitomizes the race, because I don't think Jet Lawrence knew what to feel. He was bummed that he had just been passed in the last corner for the race win, but Australia wins the race for the overall for the first time ever. So it was this wash of emotions you could see kind of happening in real time.
Well, one of the contributors to this parade, of course, is Spike's KTM. They're a local KTM dealer, so they've decided to send some of their guys and girls out on their motorcycles here, maybe some burnouts and some celebratory panic revs and things like that. But as we said, nothing has been left unturned here, and everybody's having a fantastic time. They're, just... I mean, that image there encapsulates the event so far, doesn't it? Everybody has come out from far and wide, from all 4 corners of the globe, from every nook and cranny down the side streets here in Crawfordsville. I'm sure they still don't know what's quite hit them, and I think it's going to be a long-lasting memory. I think it's going to be on local news, local bulletins, and things like that. And fantastic to see.
It is. I've been to Spike's KTM many times, so to see them, a local dealership, get to play a part on a stage like this, I think is really cool.
So Team Germany then, they're up next. Ken Roxon, Simon Langenfelder and Max Spies. For Max Spies, it's his first appearance representing Team Germany. And the other two riders, they are the most recent and the previous MX2 World Champions. Kenny Roxon 2011, and of course Simon Langenfelder back in 2020, back 2 weeks ago in 2025 in Australia when he was crowned World Champion for the first time. I wouldn't have ever kind of envisaged that, because that is a 14-year gap. The only thing longer than that on that kind of scale is Roman Febvre's 10 years between titles on an individual basis.
Yeah, it's an interesting stat to kind of work through. But Team Germany overall, I think they fall into the category as many teams where they have two bona fide race-winning guys. Then the third rider, there's a lot of pressure on a rider like Max Spies to step up and deliver one solid performance, because if he does or doesn't, will propel them possibly into the top 5, because you have the reigning MX2 world champion, you have Ken Roxon, who is a veteran, won races all over the world, and then Spies is the big unknown. So I don't want to say pressure on him. I think the other guys are going to try to manifest some success from him, but Germany has a chance here with one good result from Spies.
Yeah, Marcel Dornhofer, the team manager there, will grab a quick word with Kenny and kickstart Kenny, ever popular. And here he is with Lisa Leyland.
Yeah, again, another rider you'd think would actually be racing for Team USA. He's that popular over here. But you are representing Team Germany, and you're a part of the winning team in 2013. That was a long time ago. What can Team Germany do this weekend?
I mean, we have an amazing team. You know, Simon just won his MX2 world title. Max is doing really good, and I'm ready to go too. And man, it wouldn't be, you know, in front of this crowd right here, it's just absolutely amazing. We're going to have so much fun, put in a good qualifying session tomorrow, and then, yeah, we're ready to put on a show for these guys.
Ken, what's the vibe like? What's the energy like within the team? What have you guys been up to before this weekend?
It's actually been really chill so far, honestly. But then we come here, and this is where all the party is, so I've really been enjoying this. The fans have been amazing. Everybody's full of energy, and so are we.
Do you feel like you're still at home now, or is Germany always your home?
Oh no, I'm definitely home here, you know, and plus having my German teammates here, but no, the USA is a home for me, for sure.
Best of luck to you and the team. Thank you, Kenny Roxon there.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny. Kenny, 9 appearances now for Team Germany, dating back to 2009. Of course, he was first in 2012 in Belgium for Team Germany. Got the class win in 2011, 10, 11, 12, 13 in MX2, which was impressive. I remember that one at Colorado at Thunder Valley. Yep. That was impressive. And then in MXGP in 2023, probably against all odds, just a couple of years ago at ERNA.
Yeah, and he is the type of rider where not a lot of people are thinking about him coming in. The focus is going to be on the Tomacs and the Jet Lawrences and Hunter Lawrence. But Roxon is a guy that thrives in this type of environment and this type of race where the world is watching. We've seen him do it before.
Just heard a little a roar of the crowd there behind me, and Team France are up next. No stranger to winning this event, of course, but Roman Febvre, the newly crowned MXGP World Champion 2 weekends ago in Australia. His 6th appearance. Gauthier Paulin is the team manager. No stranger to winning this event either, so great experience between those two. Mathis Valin in MX2, and 2 Kawasaki riders for Team France. I don't think we had that since the Paulin and... was it all 3 riders were on Kawasaki back in 14, and with Paulin, Frossard and Dylan Ferrandis. I think they were, all 3. Yep. But then Maxime Renault, also on Yamaha, his 5th appearance. And success from both riders, Roman Febvre and Maxime Renault. Mathis Valin, though, looking at enjoying this for the first time in his career. Roman Febvre and the teams there, the rest of the team said they're just giving him advice, helping him all the way through. But Gauthier Paulin, he will be giving him the best advice.
Yeah, and when I think about Team France, this is, I think, the widest range of possibilities for the French team that I've seen in a long time, because, yes, they have the talent and the capability to win here this weekend, but also you've got a rider like Valin making his first appearance, and Renault has been wildly inconsistent. So anything goes, I think, for the French team.
Well, we are going to go back down to Lisa Leyland, and she is with our 2025 MXGP World Champion, 4-time winner for France in the Nations, Roman Febvre. Lisa Leyland, over to you.
Pardon? I know, it's very, very sunny.
Tell him to put some shades on.
Paul said put some shades on. Or put your cap down. But honestly, Congratulations, Roman Federer, on the title on the MXGP World Championship this year. What's the past 2 weeks been like for you since Australia? And what's your focus like coming into this weekend?
Yeah, a little bit tough because I want to celebrate the title, but at the same time we are preparing for the nation. So, but yeah, honestly, having a good time, just a week at home, enjoying with my close family, and then yeah, actually we flew already Monday back in USA for nation. So yeah, looking forward for the weekend for sure, and then also looking forward to celebrate at home a little bit more the title.
Well, actually, Roman, you're a 4-time nation winner yourself. Missed out last year. What can Team France do this weekend?
Yeah, hopefully great. I will try my best. I think all the team as well, they will try our best. We have a strong team, so yeah, hopefully we can win some moto. That will be nice. Also to celebrate the title, that will be something. So I will give my best and see where we end.
Good luck to you and Team France. Thank you, Roman Federer there.
Fantastic season, very, very consistent. A run of 14 out of the 16 podiums for the season. Yeah, great to see him. 10 years between World Championship celebratory drinks.
Yeah.
2015, 2025.
So is Federer is he going to bring his best stuff, or is there going to be kind of the letdown event that we saw from a Jorge Prado last year, where there's so much pressure on the championship, it's really hard to get up again for this event?
I don't know, actually, because last year Jorge Prado won the championship 1 week before, and that's the difference. He won that at home in Spain, and then, of course, we all had to go 2,500 kilometers north, take a ferry to the south coast of England, and maybe it was still sinking in, and that was that. But here, yeah, he's had to fly back. He's had a week at home just to try and enjoy it a little bit. Maybe he's had that disconnect, you know, and just to go, right, now it's time to go back to work, and then obviously the flight here. So I would like to say he's going to be 100% Roman Federer. Team Spain, and of course they've got Ruben Fernandez, Guillaume Perez and Francesco Garcia. Paco Rico is their team manager, and for Ruben Fernandez, his 4th appearance now, 2022 3 and 4. He got 6th in Redbud when the team performed there in 2022. And then we've got Guillaume Perez, who was also there on that day, but Francesco Garcia, 3rd in the EMX European 250 Championship this year, stepping up to a 450, is a big lad. I think he'll manage it well, and I think we'll see a surprising performance from him.
Yeah, and again, I've mentioned this a couple times, this team is missing a star that could put them over the top. Jorge Prado, 2-time MXGP champion, 2-time MX2 champion. He's a guy that could put Spain on the podium this weekend. Of course, he's not here, dealing with you know, whatever is happening with the team changes there. But I think that team, they're a little under the radar, I would say, but they could easily be in the top 5. That they need that one result from Garcia, though.
And what about the Netherlands? Of course, you know, I asked Barry Forslund, the team manager, at the press conference. Obviously, you have a very, very strong team, but, you know, tell us about that selection. And he just said, obviously, it's, you know, he couldn't go into too much detail, but it's complicated. There's politics, there's this, there's that, and everything else, and budgets. But he believes in his team, which is Glenn Koldenoff, Kai de Wolf, and Calvin Verlanderen. And that is still a very, very strong team.
Well, when you don't have a rider like Jeffrey Hurlings, one of the most successful riders in motocross history globally, and you still have a team as strong as this, I think that just speaks to the health of the motocross scene in the Netherlands. Time will tell if they needed that race-winning performance from Hurlings to get them onto the podium, but nonetheless, they have a great team here.
Yeah. Well, Lisa will catch up with Glenn Koldenoff in just a couple of moments' time. In fact, you know what? Right on cue, there's nothing wrong with the Hoff's timekeeping. Lisa, over to you.
I'm losing my voice, but we're here at the Motocross of Nations, an event that you excel at. You have a habit of going 1-1. What is it about this event, Glenn, that brings out the best in you?
I don't know, man. It's an amazing event, and especially here again in the US. I've been in Redbud, I think, twice, and I must say the public, which is here already today, is incredible, and I've never seen it before like that already on a Friday. So that says something about this weekend, and hopefully I can perform like I should and finish my season strong here.
And what can you, Kai and Calvin, do as a team this weekend?
I mean, Kai finished 2nd in the championship, Calvin 6th. I think we still have a solid team, and
we are known as consistent riders, and that's exactly what you need on the MX of Nations. So we hope to be on the box on Sunday evening.
Have a good one. Best of luck. Thank you.
Yeah, and Team Netherlands looking at their 17th podium in the history of this event. Of course, they won it at home in Assen in 2019, and they've been on the podium second overall 9 times, third overall on 6 occasions. And, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do. But Glenn Koldenoff, this is his event, isn't it? Or has been in the past.
It has been, yes. And I would say the big unlock for the Netherlands, whether they are on the podium or not, will come down to whether Kai de Wolf can get decent starts or not. If he's in 25th or worst place on the first lap each time he's out, it's just going to be an uphill climb that I don't know if they can overcome.
Well, the next guy on our little podium down there, street side with Lisa Leyland, doesn't really need any kind of introduction. It's only Jet Lawrence. Lisa, over to you.
Absolutely. I'm joined by Jet, who's very popular here in Crawfordsville. Jet, Team Australia, you've got the title already. You're coming in almost with a target on your back and with the numbers 1, 2, and 3 on your bikes. What's the feeling in the team? Are you feeling any pressure, any expectations?
We're hoping to go up there and put it on top again. We got some stiff competitors this year, so it's going to be difficult, but we're looking forward to it. You know, we love America. Obviously, my brother and I live here. It's our new home, so I feel like the Americans kind of count us as one of theirs a little bit, but no, we're looking forward to it. We like Ironman. We're feeling good. The vibe's high in the team, and we're just happy to go out there and go send it for Australia, and hopefully we do well.
And like I just said, you're racing in the MXGP category with the number 1 plate on your bike. How cool is that?
That's unreal. Honestly, I feel like it's very difficult to get that in a person's career, so I'm very grateful to get that in my career and be able to run that number 1 plate for Australia. It's going to be unreal.
And maybe have a little bit of unfinished business with Tim Geiser.
Maybe, yeah. He got me back so even, but maybe I need to get one more on him on the last lap, so we'll see.
Can't wait for that one. Best of luck to you and Team Australia. Jet Lawrence there.
Yeah, well said. Can't wait for that one either.
Yeah, that might be the best racer on the planet right there.
Yeah.
We were just speaking to, and it's one of the best riders I've ever seen, bar none. That kid is truly special.
Spoke to him on the way into the circuit this morning. He was already up. He looked a little bit sleepy, actually, around about 8 o'clock this morning. But he was under the awning there. He was in kind of incognito, nice little black hoodie. But we saw him, and obviously we've known him since he was in Europe, like 2012, 13, or 22, 23, whenever it was. And he was very relaxed and very much looking forward to being here this weekend. And of course, he's going to be with Carl Webster and Hunter Lawrence, the same team as last year, where they lifted the trophy for the first time. We're now going to have something a little bit different. Michael Brown and the Bagpipers, and something unique. I'm not sure if these guys are Scottish or if they're local residents, but the bagpipes here, well, they're looking like they're Irish with the flags there, but anyway, they'll be doing their bit. We can't hear them. They're being drowned out. Now, as is always the case here, even though Team Australia were the champions last year, we reserved the final parade presentation to the home nation, who finished second last year in in Matterley Basin. That was, Eli Tomac. That was Team USA. And their team this year, Eli Tomac, Justin Cooper, RJ Hampshire. It hasn't been easy. Well, actually, the selection process was easy in the beginning, and then it kind of got a little bit complicated, and then even more complicated when they had to replace Chase Sexton with RJ Hampshire and Hayden Deegan on Tuesday with Justin Cooper.
Yeah, the team was effectively down to one rider 2 weeks ago. So for this team to pull together, and I kind of mentioned it with Team Netherlands, to have the depth to put riders of this caliber together at the last second speaks to the health of American motocross right now. And these riders truly want to be here, which is really the only thing I think American fans can ask for. They know what this means to race on home soil. So win, lose, or draw, you're going to get everything that those three boys have.
We're under that white tent over there. Look over your shoulder, JT. That's what we are looking down the street here. That is the view that we are getting up here, and everybody else on the gantry as Team USA make their way. And we're going to speak to all three of the riders, Eli Tomac, Justin Cooper, RJ Hampshire, just to get their thoughts with Lisa Leyland. But how big is this for them? Of course, because in many ways, yes, they were second last year, but they got that long overdue win on home soil, Redbud, in 2022. They are obviously here to win. Can they emulate it? Do you believe in this team?
They can do it. They can do it. But there's so many variables at this race that you can't predict. You don't know. There's crashes. There's first turn. And things change so quickly, especially in race 3. So I do like the setup for 2 of the 3. They haven't had the pressure that's been building for months thinking about the Motocross of Nations. This all happened in the last 10 days, so there really was no time to get nervous. They've already been prepared. They've been racing all summer, so it was an immediate turnaround and come here, which I think may benefit them because they're just simply not as nervous as they would have been.
Yeah, and obviously listening to you know, some of their comments and stuff, yeah, they were disappointed they weren't first choice, but they're in. They're now there. They know they have a job to do. Let's go down to Lisa Leyland. She is with RJ Hampshire, Justin Cooper, and Eli Tomac. Lisa, in any particular order, I don't mind. It's over to you.
Yeah, I'm with Team USA last, but definitely not least. It's the host nation, RJ Hampshire. Hopefully you can hear me. This is your second nations appearance. The first was in France 2023. What did you learn from your first appearance that you can bring in to here?
How big the home field advantage is, because this crowd was like this in France, and now I think it's even louder here in the States. So, man, it's awesome. Just thankful to be here and proud of this team.
And Justin Cooper, sorry, I can't hear myself. Justin, very last minute call up for you coming onto the team, but you're here. Are you ready to make your fans proud again like you did in America 2022?
Hey, I might not have the preparation, but I'm going to send it, and we're going to win this.
Eli Tomac, it's just, Eli, hopefully you can hear me. You're on the winning team in America 2022. You lifted the Chamberlain Trophy on home soil. What was that feeling like? Just say anything. Just say anything.
Hey, this is such a great crowd here. So let's go USA. Let's get it done.
Say something else.
Hey, it's time to get it done. Red, white, and blue, baby. Let's go.
Actually, back to Team USA.
Actually, Lisa, if you can get in there with Eli, his brother is supposed to be doing a flyby in his military plane.
There's no chance she has to understand the word you're saying right now. But yes, his brother, that is a really cool thing.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Best of luck.
No problem. Yeah, good to see Eli Tomac, Justin Cooper, and of course RJ Hampshire. But how interesting will that be as well? The flyby in the military plane.
Well, think about like Kathy Tomac, how proud. What a day like that is going to be on Sunday with her 2 sons really in the spotlight on this stage.
Yeah. Well, I can't ever recall seeing anything like this. We have brought Crawfordsville to an absolute standstill. Everybody here involved behind the scenes should be absolutely feeling very proud of what they've seen here today, what they've been able to achieve here in being able to pull it off. Of course, we couldn't do it here without MXGP TV and Racer TV as well, who are doing the live broadcast, the live feed on MXGP TV, on MXGP's Facebook and YouTube channels, and being seen all around the world. It's been absolutely epic, and we're only on day 1.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody could have expected the spectacle this bright. And congratulations to everybody. This is going to be such a fantastic event. We're off to, I would say, the best start in the history of the event.
And of course, we couldn't do it without In-Front Motor Racing. Of course, all of the support from AMA. Anybody else missing? MX Sports?
MX Sports, yeah. There's the mayor, Mayor Barton, everybody involved. And there's countless people that are never going to be mentioned by name that were all played a heavy hand in this happening.
Well, obviously the party is going to continue long into the night here. The fans made it from the racetrack. I'm not sure they're going to be in a hurry to leave the centre of town to head back, especially when they've got some draft beers on tap and things like that. But trying to get one now.
They might run out of that.
I think so. And like we said, I don't think the town, the city here have seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. Nothing is going to prepare you for what we've just seen here, the magnitude, the scale of this event.
If they haven't called for reinforcements yet, they need to do it right now because I think this party's going late into the night.
Yeah, well, look, it's been a fantastic Nucor presentation. The Riders Parade, normally we do it on the start straight, where the riders just do that loop and they get off and they put the headset and we can have a little bit more banter with them. But this one, unique. It's been a year or so in the making. It's been absolutely off the scale. It's been epic. And, of course, we can follow all of the action tomorrow on Saturday from here, Ironman Raceway, with the qualifying races. We've also got the Blue Crew races as well. But the big events are going to be MXGP qualifying, MX2 qualifying, MX Open Class qualifying. And then on Sunday, we will have, of course, the B final, just in case, because 19 teams go through from Saturday's program. So we just need that one team to go through. That's always the scary race, first of all. But then,
entertaining, though.
It's very entertaining, but then, of course, we will have the 3 big races. So MXGP, MX2, MX Open, and MXGP, the big race of the weekend.
Yeah, it's if you've never watched this race, which I can't imagine how that's possible, you are in for a treat. There's simply nothing like this event worldwide.
Well, still can't hear our director in the thing whether we're going to be leaving or not, because the parade is pretty much done. Of course, there's going to be a lot of sore heads tomorrow, that's for sure. It's been absolutely fantastic. The production has been pretty flawless, I would say. It took a little bit of a slow start, but you know what? We finished way ahead of schedule, and I think that's about it. So from me, Paul Mayland, Jason Thomas, Lisa Leyland over there on the perch. We will be back tomorrow and, of course, on Sunday. Thanks for watching today. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's had a lot of everything. So from us, the rest of the team, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.